EP6 of Miami Sports Recap of the Week. I am your host, James, and right now it is Saturday the 12th, and I'm going to start recording it right away after the Miami Heat game that just ended. We're going to be talking about that, and you can dictate the shirts. We know who the winner of the week is. The reason why I want to upload this as soon as possible, either late Saturday night or early Sunday morning or during the midnight hours, is tomorrow's the Super Bowl, and I'm going to do a recap of the Super Bowl on my old channel, Mirror TV. Cincinnati Bengals versus Los Angeles Rams in Inglewood, California. Who you got? I'd like to know. Just your personal opinion. Who do you got in the Super Bowl? And while we're on the top subject of Super Bowl and football and NFL, we have breaking news from the Miami Dolphins. Just hours after I uploaded a Miami Sports Recap of the Week, episode 5, just hours later, Mike McDaniel, a former 49ers offensive coordinator, is now hired as a head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And I gotta say, what a great hiring. This is something that we dreaded for a long time. A good offensive coach who can make good offensive plays. And this is the kind of coach that we really needed to boost up our offense and boost the confidence for Tua Tagovailoa. You want to know the last time we had our good offensive year? 1995. So about 27 years at this time. That's a long time. It's been defense and defense, but we need to get our offense going. You know, those playoff runs we had, we didn't get too far now, did we? It's time for us to step up as the good Miami team that we once were, as well as the Miami Hurricanes, who are building up the coaching staff, and a lot of players are getting committed to this Miami Hurricanes team, as well as the coaches and other people are getting committed to the Miami Hurricanes, as well as the Miami Dolphins. We got Wes Welker coming in for an assistant coach for the Miami Dolphins. I believe he's also a wide receiver coach for San Francisco 49ers. And I would suspect that he would be the same role for the Miami Dolphins. So I'm grateful for that hiring. We also have breaking news that Josh Boyer for the Miami Dolphins, he's coming back. And thank goodness he's coming back. He's a good defensive coach. Not offensive coach. Defensive coordinator. And I'm glad he's back. We need him to stay the defense as the way it is, and as well as getting up back the offense. This is good. This would be great for Miami football. And speaking of Miami football, there is one more breaking news. If we thought we're done with the Miami football, there's one more breaking news. Miami Hurricanes are building their own stadium. I think they're going to build their own stadium, not in the campus. I think because the campus is a little bit too small for a football stadium. But they're going to either go to a different stadium, or they're probably going to build their own for the Miami Hurricanes, as well as a stadium for Inter Miami to build one in Freedom Park, Miami, Florida. So a lot of progress is being made. So I don't think the Hurricanes are going to stay Hard Rock for too long. As much as I love going to Hard Rock, who knows? Maybe it's the right call, but I don't know. My opinion, I like Hard Rock Stadium. It's a good stadium. It's just my bias. And speaking of Inter Miami, we would know now that they're in the Carolina Cup Challenge, and they actually had a preseason match today against Columbus. And what happened in this game? Well, the issue with this game, right, and it's not just the game itself. The streaming service is not good. You had to watch it through the app, and the problem with the app is it's buggy, it's glitchy, and tonight it did not play the game. It would not show us the game, so I'm bummed I did not get to watch it, but I had to rely on sources on Twitter is it Franco Paniza? Yes, it is. So he was keeping an eye on the game as a reporter. And we got some good. We had some players in the starting lineup who we never saw before, in which we are going to talk about them in the regular season coming forward. So, starting lineup, we have Duop, Yeldon, Frey, Lowe, McVeigh, Allen, Gregory, Mota, Iola, Cabana, and Higuain. The first half was pretty boring, uneventful, and then until Columbus decides to become a threat. And the halftime was 0-0. But in the second half, there were goals. And who was the one who got the first goal? It was Inter Miami. It was Lassiter. So he got his first point for Inter Miami. And during the Carolina Cup, we would think we would go into win the game, and we were going to have our first win of the, well, actually, not the first win of the preseason, because we had one against La U. But just when things are about to go right, Columbus scored an equalizer very late, and you just felt this gut-wrenching feeling that, they're going to blow it once again. It was Atane. I apologize if I didn't get the right, but Atane with the goal. Inter Miami continued the high press, and it came back to bite them. And the full time was 1-1 in the preseason game. So I shouldn't let it bother me too much, but I worry. How we're gonna manage this team format in the regular season. Now, to be fair, this is a new setup, and to be fair, they're still young people, the young players who are still learning the format and the key prospects of the team. So hopefully they'll get it together, and they learn from the previous systems in the next preseason match, and then we get right to the real deal in the regular season. We want to be a team to be forced to be reckoned with. It may not be this season, but within the next year or the 2 years for come, we're going into a deep run, and we're going to go all out, all forces, and we will be the team force to be reckoned with. You have my word on it. Inter Miami will be a big threat. We will be a big threat. It's only a matter of time. It may not be this season, but it will be eventually. If it's this season, look out. Watch out. Who cares about the rule? And who cares about the memes? We're going all out. All right. Now, we talk about the Miami Hurricanes. We're going to talk about the women's one really quickly. There's really not much to know about this other than this team is a mess. This team is a mess. They're on a losing streak as we speak. They're actually playing tomorrow against Florida State. But again, I will do a recap tomorrow, but a Super Bowl is coming, and I'm having people over, and I'm kind of like having a little bit of a hangout, but I'm not going to tell who. If anything, I will report about this match next week. February 6th, we know what happened in that game. That game is an annihilation of all annihilation. February 10th, we lost to Notre Dame, and tomorrow afternoon they're playing against Florida State. So, man, the women's team just complete downfall. Next, there is a better. Next is the Miami Hurricanes for the men's, and they're undefeated this week. This week was much better. With the wins. We played against Georgia Tech. A close game until the very end, where Wardenberg, thank God he was there. He won us the game for the Miami Hurricanes. Walker with 12 points. Wardenberg, who saved us the game, 19. Wong, 14. Moore, 13. And McGusty, 17 against Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets. Next is Wake Forest. Today, McGusty and Wong and Isaiah Wong, they both started a rally, and very late, and then they beat Wake Forest on the road. Walker with 4 points, Wardenberg with 12 points, Isaiah One with the rally, 20 points, Moore with 3 points, and McGusty with the rally of his own with 22 points against Wake Forest. Now, there's something that we should point out, and that's Notre Dame. They're also on a winning streak, as well as Duke. They beat Boston College. They beat Clemson. We're gonna keep an eye on Notre Dame and Duke to get us back into the ACC number 1 spot that we were earlier. Don't count out North Carolina or Virginia. Don't count them out, as well as don't count out Florida State too. So that's something we just gotta be aware of on the coming forward. And finally, we talk about the big team in the East. So far, undefeated this week. Yeah, man. So starting with that road trip, San Antonio, Charlotte, and then make our way towards DC. This long road trip we had. We play Washington. And all we got to know with this game, it's pure dominance. PJ Tucker with 2 points. A good defensive game with the rebounds. Jimmy Butler with 19. Bam Adebayo with 21 points. Kyle Lowry with 11. Duncan Robinson with 12 points. Against Washington Wizards, Bradley Beal was also out. And there is something about that third quarter that took me by surprise. We were winning the whole game, but the third quarter, it started with that Charlotte game, but we see a trend now that Miami Heat goes on fire on the third quarter. And against New Orleans, it's no different. New Orleans just had nothing. No Zion. No nothing. New Orleans going on a downward trend. Miami Heat, complete dominance with this game as well. PJ Tucker with 3 points. Jimmy Butler with 29 points. Bam Adebayo with 29 points. Kyle Lowry with 14. He has a triple-double in this game. And he didn't even know he had a triple-double. Hence, a funny interview with him and Jimmy Butler at the end of the game. Really comedic. And Duncan Robinson with 10 points. Man, this... You want to talk about this team? You want to talk about dangerous loomers? No, they're nowhere near the loomers. They are a threat to the NBA. And it amazes me that the media and ESPN are still sleeping on this team. And they always concentrate on LeBron. They concentrate on Phoenix. They concentrate on Milwaukee. Milwaukee, you know, the team that won the championship last season, they're concentrate on them, and they concentrate on the Golden State Warriors as well. Milwaukee's a threat, as well as Chicago's a threat in the Eastern Conference. No denying there. However, if you're going to sleep on the Heat, you're asking for trouble, because they are a threat of the NBA. And again, we're still number 1 in the Eastern Conference. They're still number 1. The Bulls are right behind us, but we're still number 1. And we will be number 1 until the end. We will make the playoffs, and we will make the finals. Tonight, against Brooklyn, a personal game for me. Oh boy, this game gave me a heart attack. Not literally. They were playing against a very short-staffed Brooklyn Nets in a very scary situation that just happened. It literally just happened. Let's start with the score. PJ Tucker, 10 points. Jimmy Butler with 13 points. Bam Adebayo with 19 points. Kyle Lowry with 13 points. And Duncan Robinson with 17 points. Tyler Hero off the bench, 15 points. And Gabe Vincent off the bench, 11 points. They made some trades before the game. Harden is now officially a Philadelphia 76er. And Philadelphia traded away Ben Simmons, Andre Drummond, and Seth Curry to Brooklyn. Most of those guys that were traded did not play. They were not eligible yet until like maybe against the game against Sacramento or New York. But Kyrie Irving played, and this guy, man, he barely played at all because, you know, this mandate was not very fair to, you know, New York and other places. Kyrie Irving played today, and he had 29 points. 17 or 18 of those points came from the fourth quarter. So he was a monster threat in the fourth quarter against the Miami Heat. We were up by as many as 21 coming into the fourth quarter, and we almost blew it. Jimmy almost cost us the game. And the irony here is Jimmy Butler almost cost us the game. Jimmy Butler almost clutched us the game, if it makes sense. The big clutch player. You want to talk about Kyrie Irving, right? Kyle Lowry, better point guard than Irving, stole that ball away and won us the game with PJ Tucker clutching those 2 points on the free throws for the Miami Heat to win us the game and stay in the first place in the Eastern Conference. This loss would have been disaster. Bulls would have gone up to the first place. And thank God for Kyle Lowry. Thank God for Kyle Lowry. Thank God for Kyle Lowry. And that is all for this recap. I got to take a water because this game was just unbelievable. But anyway, that's going to do it for Miami Sports Recap of the Week, Episode 6. Next week, Episode 7, we finally talk about the Florida Panthers. And hopefully we finally talk about the Miami Marlins, which is coming up. Because I know Inter Miami is coming close to being talked about. So I'm excited to talk about more Miami teams. So that's going to do it for Miami Sports Recap of Episode 6. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more content. Miami TVG, we have your back all the way. And when we do, we'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Let's go Heat, as they are the winner of this winner of the week for Episode 6. Everyone have a good day. Good night. Have fun watching the Super Bowl as much as I will. And I'll see you guys next week with Miami Sports Recap of the Week, Episode 7. Good night, everybody.